Couple final okays by the referees, and here we go. Serve goes to Hagler. Hagler up to Alto. Alto to Heisler. Heisler sends it across. Number 4. That goes way out of bounds, and Paige Johnson tried to get it back. Wrong Bubak and out of bounds. Faith Crum into serve now. Into Herman. And that's a carry. Kelsey Smith with the lift. Wasn't quite ready for that. Herman. And that's called as a lift. Anytime the ball comes off the hands and rotates backwards, that's a good lift. Faith Crum now with the service ace.
Oh, this could be a quick night here at this rate.
That's okay. Crum again to Johnson, to Herman, to Bubak, over to Hagler. Hagler to Alto. Alto's going to set up Hagler. Hagler with the kill. So Faith Crum serving for the 6th point in a row. And barely goes over the net for another service ace.
You know, in high school, we always played net serve as a play over. I mean, we didn't.
Okay, but that was a really long time ago.
Yeah. Phi-Ed volleyball, that was a...
The only time I played volleyball was in Phi-Ed.
Yeah,
oh, I'm sorry. He called it out.
Oh, no, he's pointing. That's what you're doing here.
We're not sure what we're doing. It was an ace.
Blow your whistle, guy.
We've got a real mix-up there.
Need to have a little more court awareness than that. Oh,
now it's out. He must have thought too long about that one. Mr. Vogt. Johnson serves to Crum, to Alto. Hagler, kill attempt. Jorgensen. Back to Jorgensen over the net with Hagler. Comes back over to Jorgensen. Over to number 8. Jorgensen tips it across to Heisler. Heisler to Alto. Alto down to Heisler. Heisler's kill attempt is blocked by Tollerud and Smith.
That's why they don't use the red flags.
Exactly.
They haven't reached that level yet.
Larson to Alto. Over to Hagler. Hagler with a kill attempt is blocked. Dug up by Alto. Knocked across. Over to Jorgensen. To Smith. Bubak's blocked. And out of bounds. Tollerud. Blocked by Hagler. So the other twin, Taylor Crum, comes into the game now. Crum to Smith. Over to Smith. Crum, Alto, Larson tips it across, over to Smith. Herman, Jorgensen tips it over to Crum. Alto sets up Hagler. That's a little too close to net and comes off her back, blocked by Tollerud. Number 5 into the game, Kelly Kallenbach. Smith to serve. Over to Hagler. To Heisler. Larson bumps it across over to number 1. Jorgensen tips it across to Larson. Larson to Hagler. Hagler tips it deep. And Johnson can't quite get to that one.
There's a fine line on a set between a nice set and one that's too close to the net.
Very fine.
You just can't follow through if it's another half foot too close to the net. You can't do it.
Jorgensen. And that one is number 11. I don't have her on my roster.
No, they never sent us a roster. I just took that off the high school activities page until...
Heisler with a service ace.
Most schools make changes between the beginning of the season and this late in the season. Well, we've made about
even us
3 or 4 changes on our...
Heisler now, and that one's out. Good catch by Mr. Hagler in the corner. Jorgensen now serving. To Larson. Larson to Taylor Crum. Back to Larson. She tips it across over to Smith. Smith to number 11. Number 11 up here to number 4. That's Tollerud. She finds a spot in between the Crum girls. So Annie Jorgensen now serving 11-5. Hagler to Heiser. Back to Hagler. She tips it short. Jorgensen digs that up. Number 4 sets up number 5. 5 sends it across to Taylor. Hendrickson with a nice little tip. Dug out of the net. Number 5 across over to Taylor. Heiser. C-set wasn't quite good enough. Hagler got it across the net though. Jorgensen tips it deep and out of bounds.
Sarah Hagler, serve for the Bearcats.
Hagler to Bubak. To number 11. Back to number 5. She tips it across. Hagler to Macy. That goes over to Jorgensen. Proving. Bubak hits it out. Hagler again to Smith. This time goes all the way over to Heiser. Heiser to Hendrickson. Hendrickson tips over to Jorgensen. Jorgensen, number 11. Bubak now with a quick tip. Dug up by Larson. Heiser with a deep tip. Smith. Bubak. Hagler. Heiser sets up. Coolbank. Looked like a good kill to me, but I guess not. And we got a fist in the noggin. There's a block by Coolbank. Taylor. Here comes Coolbank again. Jorgensen digs that up. And number 5 is hurt. She took a fist, I think, in the face. So Herman back into the game as number 5 goes off to get rid of some blood. And Hagler at 14-5 to Jorgensen. Jorgensen up number 11. Number 11 to Bubak. Bubak sends it across, but that's blocked. And tipped out of bounds. There's a Coolbang up high for the tip. For the block. Excuse me. Bubak to Jorgensen. Jorgensen back to Bubak. Bubak knocks it over to Hagler. Hagler to Heiser. Heiser sets up Larson. That's blocked and out of bounds. Herman and Tollerud went up for that one. Hagler to Smith. Smith up number 11. That's blocked. Herman gets it up. Coolbang with a big kill.
Not the self-defense by number 6 there, getting the hands up just to protect yourself.
I would have ducked. Hagler over to Jorgensen. Number 11. Here comes Bubak into the net. That'll be 4 hits. Excuse me, that was Tollerud. Smith to number 11. Number 4 tips it over to Larson. Heiser back to Larson. She knocks it way out of bounds. Number 4 is Bubak. So Brandvold into the game now is Tollerud back to serve to Hagler to Heiser. Over to Quilvang. There's a kill attempt. Tollerud tried to dig that up, but it went out of bounds.
She was fairly far back when she hit that spike.
Had caught at her heels, I think. Larson, Smith, off her arms and out of bounds. Into the bench. Jorgensen to number 11. Up by Brandvold, and Brandvold is partially blocked and it's side out. 20-7 now. Bearcats. And now we have Smith coming back into the game. Herman back to serve. Herman serve is long. Service there gives a side out to the Bearcats, and Hannah Alto back in to serve.
Hannah Alto, serving for the Bearcats.
Alto to Johnson. And Bubak hits it way back. Alto with a safe serve again to Jorgensen. Over to Smith. This time it's tipped over by Bubak. Alto to Heiser. Heiser with a big kill attempt. Dug up by number 4. Number 8 back to number 4. 4 is blocked partially, but it falls in. Maisie Kovang went up, cut the side of her arm. Bubak serving. To Hagler. Hagler to Alto. To Heisler. That's blocked. Hagler tips it across. 13. Smith, number 8. Kovang down. Coach Strand wanted over the net on that one, or a net violation. Faith serving now. To Bubak, to Smith. To Jorgensen with the big hit. That hit Larson and down to straight to the ground. Johnson serve. Right in front of Faith Crum. For a service ace. Johnson this time to Larson. Larson to Alto. Alto sets up Hagler. Kill attempts blocked. On second thought, it wasn't high enough. 4 hits. Johnson serve is short this time to Hushley. And Kelly Hushley misplayed that, went straight back to Larson and onto the ground. Larson up this time to Heiser. Heiser over to Hagler. She bumps it across over to number 4. Smith to Jorgensen. Jorgensen's blocked by Hagler. Johnson. Herman. Herman over to Heiser. Heiser to Alto. Alto sets up Hagler. And there's the kill. So Taylor Crum now comes into the game for Kelly Hushley. Back to Herman. Herman up to Smith. Smith sets up Tallerud. Alto. Larson. That's blocked at the net. Alto sets up Hagler this time. That's dug up by Tallerud. That's tipped deep by Jorgensen and off Faith Crum's hands and out of bounds.
Well, they've come back a little bit. It was a much bigger point gap than this at one point.
Hagler now to Heisler. Heisler to Larson. Jorgensen digs that up. Smith back to Jorgensen. Partially blocked and out of bounds. That's a tip out of bounds. Yeah, we have a tendency to do that sometimes. We let teams back into the game. Smith serve. Short. Taylor Crum needs to move her feet a little bit and get up there a little closer so she can have a good pass. There's a better pass. Here comes Hagler's kill. And that's good. Side out. And first set goes to the Alto serve. Back to Jorgensen. Jorgensen up to Smith. She tips it across to Heiser. Heiser to Hushley. Hushley sets up Kovang. She tips it down and Jorgensen can't dig that out. So Kovang with a good set from Hushley with a kill. Alto this time to Jorgensen down the line. Tip attempt again, but blocked by Kovang at the net. Alto. Smith. Jorgensen. Hagler up to Alto. Alto sets up Heiser. Heiser's attempt. They called 4 hits. I thought Referee Wilhelmy was calling a tip, but I guess not.
When you move out, serve with the wild pass.
So Bubak back to serve. To Larson, up to Alto. Alto sets up Macy Coolvang for the kill, right in front of her.
That was pretty authoritative.
Yeah, they call that a C set too. I learned that from.
Why is it a C?
I don't know. I just learned it was called that though. Olivia told me that. Jorgensen with a kill attempt, and that's it. She does have some power.
Yeah.
Tallerud back into the front line with Smith and Jorgensen. Johnson serving. Back to Faith Crum. Up to Alto, excuse me. Over to Hagler. That's tipped up. Johnson. Bubak. Heisler. Alto. Hagler with the kill attempt. That's blocked out of bounds. Jorgensen and Tallerud both went up. Double blocker. And Taylor Crum comes in for Kelly Hushley to serve.
Taylor Crum serving for the Bearcats.
Over to Herman. Herman off Johnson. Johnson over to Jorgensen. She tips it across soft, but Hagler was there to block. Dug up. Here comes Jorgensen again. To Faith Crum. To Hannah Alto. Hannah Alto this time to Hagler. Hagler's kill attempt is good.
Kill by Hagler.
So Taylor Crum back to serve 5-2. Over to Bubak. To Tallerud, she misplayed that. Lead's falling apart a little bit here. Bubak up to Smith. Smith over to Jorgensen. She tips it across. Heiser. There's a C set by Hagler over to Larson, and we have a lift called on Bubak. This time Herman tried to field it with her elbows, and it didn't quite work. So service ace for Taylor Crum. Here's a good serve to Johnson, up to Smith. Smith to Jorgensen. Jorgensen's going to tip this deep. Faith Crum gets it to Alto. Alto to Larson. Larson tries to kill it deep into the corner, but misses. So side out for Benson County. And into the game for Herman is number 10. I don't have her either. Smith to serve to Faith Crum with the tongue hanging out. Allie Heisler to Kaylee Beardstead. Kaylee Beardstead into the game now. Smith to Jorgensen. Jorgensen tips it across. Heisler. Hagler. Hagler to Beardstead. Jorgensen deep tip to Taylor. They're trying to get Kaylee Beardstead a point here, I think. They're setting her up quite a bit. And that one's tipped deep into the corner. Faith Crum tongue out, no, can't get to it. She looks like a little Michael Jordan with blonde hair.
And not as tan.
Hagler to Heisler, back to Hagler. Here's the kill attempt, and that's in. Line judge Vogt was moving out of the way on that one. He thought it was going to hit him in the hip and hurt. Hendrickson into the game now for Alto. Heisler back to Johnson. That's off the light. Jorgensen couldn't quite get there. Heisler serving back to Johnson. That's way up to Tallerud. Tallerud to Bubak. She tips it across to Hagler. Hagler to Heisler. Heisler's going to set up Hagler. Here it comes. That's off the blocker's arms and out of bounds. Well, Heisler with a mean serve off the back. Jorgensen back over to Hendrickson. Hendrickson to Heisler. Heisler sets up Hagler. Hagler. Kill attempt is out this time.
Definitely works better when
Bear Jorgensen serving for the Wildcats.
Carly is here to run the camera.
Absolutely. We miss you, Carly. Heiser with a little tip over number 11. Now, here comes Bubak over to Crum. To Heiser. Kaylee Bjornstad partially blocked at the net. Hagler tries to tip that across, but that's sent across easily by Tollerud and into the court. So Jorgensen with the side out, back to serve. Jorgensen to Hagler. Hagler to Heiser. Heiser sets up Hagler. There's the kill. That was a beautiful set. Nice pass. Good set. Good kill.
Serving for the Bearcats, Sarah Hagler.
Hagler now back to serve. She sends it over to Bubak. To number 11, back to Bubak. She sends it down to Hagler. Hagler almost missed that. That one fell in front of Taylor Crum. So Tollerud to serve Taylor Crum over to Heiser. Heiser over to Macy Coolvang, who's into the game now, and that's partially blocked and back down by number 13 and number 10, Brandvold. Janae Larson now comes in for Kelly Brinstead to serve, and Kelly Hushley in for Taylor Crum to play the front row. Larson to Jorgensen to number 11, over to Brandvold. That's what it was. Hushley tips it down. Number 11 over to Bubak. Heiser from Hagler to Coolvang to Jorgensen. Fisted up by number 11. Heiser sets up Coolvang. She got on top of that one, and it's off Brandvold's arms and down. So Coolvang with another kill, set by Heisler. Larson back to Jorgensen. Jorgensen up number 11. Number 11 over to Brandvold. She tips it across Hagler. Heisler to Hushley. Hushley missed on that one. Tried to hit that ball coming down, I think. Smith into the game now for number 11. And number 10 back to serve to Heisler. To Hagler. Hagler sets up Coolvang. That's deep, but out. And there's a service there by number 10 into the net, Herman. And Alto coming into the game. Alto for Hendrickson to serve. And Miley Herman into the game to play the back row. Back to Johnson. Johnson up to Smith. Smith to Jorgensen. She tips it deep over to Hagler. Hagler to Alto. Alto's going to set up Heisler. Heisler down to Johnson. Johnson to Smith. Smith over to Jorgensen. She tips it across. Alto digs that up. Coolvang with the set to Heisler. That's off Jorgensen's arms and out of bounds into the stage. And the Benson County Wildcats. I think I called them Lions earlier.
Yeah, you did.
Call a timeout. We'll call that a cool for Coolvang, even though she didn't try very hard. Alto to Johnson. Johnson to Smith. Smith sets up. Nobody. That one was actually a lift. It kind of went through her hands. That's called a lift. I didn't see Mr. Wilhelmy call that, though. Johnson. Smith. Smith over to Bubak. She sends it deep, and Alto can't get to it. It's not a hard kill, but it's good placement. Courtney Bubak back. Bubak back. Hagler up to Alto. Alto to Heisler. There's the kill. That's partially blocked by number 13, but she lifted the ball trying to make the save after the block. Crum into the game now. What a serve. Just over the net. Jorgensen tips that across to Larson. Larson up to Alto. Alto to Heisler. Heisler tips it in soft. That comes across back to Heisler. Heisler to Alto. Alto Hagler. She tips it into the corner soft. The only problem with that is in some of these games where they played out into Laxer or some of those places, they were tipping the ball a little too much and ended up getting into trouble because they were tipping rather than trying to kill.
You drove out to that?
I actually drove the bus out there,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
And
right.
I loved it. It was great volleyball matches. Oh, they were good. I think we did the same thing against Langdon. We tipped a little too much, according to Coach Hagler. Huxley's up to Heiser. Heiser to Hagler. She sends it across to Bubak. Number 11. Over to Tauru. That's blocked and dug up by Jorgensen, but out of bounds. Taylor Crum comes in now at 21-11.
Sarah with that kill.
Sarah got the kill. Taylor Crum with a nice serve that hits the net to Bubak. Jorgensen knocks it over to Taylor. To Hannah Alto. Kaylee Bjornstad tips it down Johnson to number 11. Jorgensen tips it across to Bjornstad. Bjornstad to Alto. Alto sets up Hagler. She tips it over to Bubak. Number 11, Jorgensen hits it hard, but blocked at the net by Heisler and Hagler. I think Hagler will get credit for that block. So 22-11 now off Herman, and that's a carry. That's a lift. Not a carry, a lift. So that's a service ace by Taylor Crum. And this one, another service ace as it just barely bounces over the net. I don't know who could field those. Those are pretty tough to get. Bubak up to number 11. She fists it over to Heiser. Heiser to Hagler. Hagler kills it though. Another kill by Sarah Hagler. And that's the second set. 25 what? They took it off so fast.
11.
Hit. 11. Okay. 25-11, North Star. All right, welcome back. After two sets, we've got North Star 2, Benson County 0. We have a Bubak back to serve. As we start the third set, back to Hager. Hager up to Alto. Alto to Heiser. Heiser tries to punch it across. Hager dug that up. Set again by Alto to Heiser. Dug up by Herman. Number 11 over to Jorgensen. Jorgensen to Hager. Alto. Heiser this time almost. Jorgensen almost dug out. That one's dug out by Hagler. She played well back there. Jorgensen tries to go deep to the opposite corner and misses. Out of bounds. Faith Crum into the game now. To serve 1-0. That was a good volley. Herman, off Herman's arm and out of bounds to Coach Marshall. Marshall. I believe that's an ace for Faith. Here it comes again over to Bubak. I think that was a lift. Nobody got that one. A little miscommunication. Faith Crum to Johnson. That was the miscommunication. That falls into the hole. So Leeds is really not sure who should be hitting the ball the second time on the pass. This goes to Jorgensen, tips it across to Alto. Alto to Murchie. Murchie sets up Hagler. She tips it wide of the corner. Aiming for the short corner by the net. Missed it. Tallerud into the game front line as Johnson goes back to serve.
Paige Johnson serving the long pass.
Johnson to Murchie. Murchie up to Alto. Alto sets up Hagler. She tips it across it in front of Herman. I got my tongue in the way that time. Into the game for the Bearcats for the first time is Peyton Halverson for Kristen Murchie to serve and Kaylee Beardstead for Janae Larson. Halverson back to Tallerud. No, not Tallerud. Jorgensen blocked at the line but out of bounds. Off Heisler and Hagler's block. That was Courtney Bubak. Number 11 serving over to Hagler. Hagler to Heisler. Heisler sets up Beardstead. Beardstead tips it across over to Bubak. Number 11 sets up Jorgensen. Jorgensen down the line. That was a nice kill right down the line.
Hard ones.
That's one of those that comes fast and looks out. Number 11 back to serve to Halverson. Halverson to Faith Crum. Faith Crum up to Hagler. Hagler bounces it over to Johnson. Johnson up to number 11. She's going to set up Jorgensen. Jorgensen. Kaylee Beardstead off her arms and out of bounds. Crum up to Heisler. Heisler C-sets over to Hagler. Hagler sends it deep to Johnson. She digs it up. Number 11 sets up Jorgensen. Jorgensen goes back to Faith Crum. Faith Crum. Halverson way out of bounds. Back to Hagler. Hagler sets it over to Johnson. Johnson, number 11. Number 11 sets up Tallerud. Heisler. Alto to Hagler. That one is in. It hit the net. I thought it was going to go out. Hushley now comes in for Alto.
Ellie Heisler serving for the Bearcats.
6'4", Heisler back to serve. Over to Johnson. That's off her arms to the back wall. Be careful. Jorgensen tried to go back there. I was afraid she was going to hit the wall.
It's padded.
Yeah, but still. Heisler to Bubak. That's fisted over by number 11. Halverson to Heisler to Beardstead. She tips it across and gets the kill. And she's awfully happy about that one. Everybody's in smiles now. Heisler with a mean serve to Johnson over to number 11. Jorgensen tips it deep to Crum. Heisler to Hagler. That's blocked at the net. And this time Beardstead missed that one. Side out for Benson County. Jorgensen back serving to Halverson. Halverson up to Hagler. Hagler to Beardstead. She knocks it over to Jorgensen. Number 11 sets up Bubak. She tips it, but it's out of bounds on the antenna. Macy Coolbang into the line for Faith Crum to play the front row. Hagler serving to Johnson. To number 11, over to Bubak. Bubak back to Halverson. Halverson to Coolbang. Coolbang to Kaylee Beardstead. She sends it across. Bubak, number 11. Bubak again over to Beardstead. Beardstead to Heisler. Heisler sets up Hushley. She gets the kill. I think the thing I like about these girls is the way they pass. Their first pass is always pretty decent. Jorgensen, oh, almost made a basket on the side basket.
There's a lot of Leeds people here tonight.
Yes, and yet the gym is quiet. Jorgensen all the way over to Bearcats. She tips it back to Jorgensen. Playing catch. Tollerud. In. I'm going to have to dispute that call with Mr. Vogt tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think he was too busy backing away. Tollerud to Halverson. Halverson up to Heisler, kind of. Quilvang. That's blocked at the net. That first pass is so important. Halverson. Heisler. She tips it across. Number 11 digs it up. Tollerud, Jorgensen tips it over in front of Kaylee Bjornstad. I got mixed up there. Tollerud again. This time Sarah ducks out of the way and it's out of bounds. So Murchie will come in for Bjornstad. And Larson will come in and serve for Halverson. Or I think other way around.
Jenny Larson serving for the Bearcats.
Larson back to Jorgensen. Jorgensen up number 11. She sets up Brandvold. She tips it across to Larson. Larson to Heisler. Heisler sets up Quilvang. Quilvang with the kill. Good. 13-8. Larson serving. Quilvang with another kill. Over to Bubak. Number 11. Brandvold was going to take it. She decided to duck out. Jorgensen wasn't ready for it. So we have a timeout called by Benson County. 4-8. Larson served to Jorgensen. Jorgensen over to number 11. She bumps it across to Heisler. Heisler to Hushley. Hushley sets up Quilvang. That's tipped off Johnson and out of bounds. I think Johnson saved that one from being long.
Yeah.
Larson served to Jorgensen. Jorgensen up to number 11. That's back to Jorgensen. She tips it across to Hagler. Hagler up to Heisler. Heisler tips it back to Hagler. And that hits the net. Bubak kind of ducked out of the way. Did not see that one. She was expecting her back row to catch that. Larson served out Johnson. Out of bounds into the crowd. So at times Benson County looks really good and then they start to fall apart. Confidence is Larson to Bubak. Up to number 11. That's over to Brandvold. She hits it deep, but Larson saved her.
Yeah, that could have been out, I think.
So side out for Benson County. Now it's 17-9. Hagler. Quilvang. Quilvang mishit that one. She looks over at the assistant coach, Trina Quilvang. And we have a high one to Heisler. Over to Hagler. Hagler sets up Quilvang. This time she got on top and it falls down in front of Brandvold. Alto into the game now for Hushley to serve. So side out, 18-10. Alto to Johnson. Johnson up to number 11. Number 11 over here to Brandvold. That's blocked hard by Quilvang. So Macy Quilvang getting high over the net. Doesn't take much when you're 6'2". That's tipped by Herman out of bounds for a service ace. Out of bounds and out in the lobby. Pretty quiet crowd tonight. Must have rained too much. Alto. Herman off her hands and out of bounds to Coach.
Did you see that Bismarck has had, was it 8 inches of rain since the 1st of September?
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. At
Well,
least
precip, some of that was probably that snowstorm, but precip,
At least nobody's getting as slow as South Dakota got. Bradville knocks that one way out of bounds. Alta with the safe serve over number 10. Number 11 up to Brandville. That's partially blocked by Kilvang and Murchie and out of bounds. Alta could not dig that up. So side out Benson County. 22-11 now. Bubak back to Alto to Heiser and across to Bubak. Over to Jorgensen. Jorgensen sets up number 11. She bumps it across to Hagler. Hagler, first pass over to Alto. Heiser with the good kill. Brandville goes up for the block, but it goes off her hands and out of bounds. Faith Crum comes into the game to serve. Kendall Hendrickson comes into the game for Sarah Hagler. Crum back to serve to number 10. That's over Hendrickson. Tips it across Jorgensen. Number 11. Larson to Alto. To Heisler. Her kill attempt goes to number 4 again. This time she got the kill. Right in front of Johnson. Couple of good digs on that volley. Johnson, number 11. Here comes Jorgensen with the hard kill that Mr. Vogt called in. Talu comes back to the front line for Brandville.
Paige Johnson returning the Wildcats.
Johnson's serve goes to Larson. Larson up to Alto. Alto sets up Hendrickson. Hendrickson tries to kill across court into the net. So all the Bearcats need is a side out here to win the set and the match or game. Johnson to Larson. Larson up to Alto. Alto over to Hendrickson. Hendrickson tips it short. Jorgensen digs that up. Number 11 back to Jorgensen. Here comes a kill. Nice set. Good kill by Jorgensen.
And she's got a spike that I would get out of the way of.
I think Alto ducked out of the way on that one. Larson. Alto. Hendrickson. Over to number 10. Number 11. Back to Jorgensen. She tips it soft. Heiser digs that up. Alto over to Heiser. Heiser deep off the arm of Bubak. And out of bounds for side out. Set. Game. Match. Thank you for tuning in to the North Star Bearcat Volleyball. Next to action is next football goes to Hanton Northwood. And volleyball will be here Tuesday. They're playing Rolla, right?
Yep.
And they'll be facing Rolla. Thank you.
Carrington on Thursday.
Oh my, yeah.
Okay, that'll be it. We're shutting down here.
Thank you.